The Incredibles is often remembered as the best Fantastic Four movie ever made. And yeah, it's got the family dynamic, the powers, the matching suits. But based on the discourse around this movie, I feel like it's a bit misrepresented. I'm not talking about the action figures or the memes. I mean thematically. I think people forget what this movie is actually about. We get so caught up in the superhero deconstruction that we miss the tragedy sitting right in front of us. It isn't really a movie about superheroes. It's a movie about the terror of being average. If we peel back the layers here, The Incredibles is a story about wasted potential, and not just the I could have been a contender kind of wasted potential, but something more systemic, something that feels a little too real for a movie about people in spandex. Take Bob Parr, Mr. Incredible. The movie doesn't start with him fighting a robot. It establishes his misery first. He is a man who is physically too big for the world he's forced to live in. His car is too small. His cubicle is too small. There is a literal pillar blocking his view of the clock. He's not just bored. He's dying inside. And I think that's something we can all relate to, especially now. The feeling that you have something to offer, some spark, some talent, and you're being forced to suppress it just to fit into a box that wasn't built for you.
He needs help.
Do not change the subject, Bob. We're discussing your
He
attitude.
is getting mugged.
Well, let's hope we don't cover him.
I'll be right back.
Stop right now, or you're fired.
Bob's entire arc in the first half is a fight against forced mediocrity. There's this quote he says that always sticks with me.
Should be fair. What are we teaching our kids?
To respect the law.
Even when the law is
If
disrespectful?
laws are unjust, there are laws to change them. Otherwise, it's chaos.
Which is exactly what we have.
It's psychotic. They keep creating new ways to celebrate mediocrity. Helen dismisses him, of course. She's trying to keep the family safe, to keep them hidden. But Bob is touching on a very specific anxiety here. This idea didn't come out of nowhere. It came from watching kids being rewarded just for showing up, from a culture that's uncomfortable with excellence because excellence creates comparison. And this brings us to Dash. If Bob is the midlife version of wasted potential, Dash is the childhood version. He's a kid who was literally faster than the speed of sound, and he's being told to slow down, to blend in. There's this social instinct that kicks in when someone stands out too much, an urge to cut them down to size, to make sure no one grows too tall. That is Dash's entire existence. He isn't allowed to play sports. He isn't allowed to be special. Everyone is special, Helen tells him, which is another way of saying that no one is.
Maybe I could if you'd let me go out for sports.
Honey, you know why we can't do that.
But I promise I'll slow up. I'll only be the best by a tiny bit.
Dashel Robert Parr, you are an incredibly competitive boy and a bit of a show-off. The last thing you need is temptation.
You always say, do your best, but you don't really mean it. Why can't I do the best that I can do?
Right now, honey, the world just wants us to fit in, and to fit in, we just gotta be like everybody else.
But Dad always said our powers were nothing to be ashamed of. Our powers made us special.
Everyone's special, Dash.
That line hits hard, because if everyone is special, then special stops meaning anything. It just becomes the baseline. And for a kid like Dash, that's suffocating. It's the suppression of excellence for the sake of comfort. When Dash is finally allowed to run, really run, look at his face. It's pure joy. It's the joy of competence, of finally using the thing you were built to use. But then there's the dark side of the story, syndrome. Buddy Pine is the ultimate example of rejected potential. This is a kid who was a genius. He invented rocket boots as a child. His superpower was his intellect, but because it didn't look like Mr. Incredible's strength, because he wasn't super in the approved way, he was rejected.
I can fly. Can you fly?
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
Oui, et ta tenue est complètement ridicule.
Fly home, buddy. I work alone. That rejection twists his potential into something destructive. He could have changed the world. Instead, he decides to drag everyone down to his level.
Invention so that everyone can be superheroes. Everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will.
And when everyone's super, no one will be. It's the weaponization of mediocrity. If he can't be special, he'll make sure no one is. I've been thinking a lot lately about my own potential. I'm 27 now, and honestly, I feel behind. I look at where I thought I'd be, and where I am, and there's a gap there. It's easy to feel like Bob in that cubicle, watching the clock tick. We live in a world that constantly shows us other people's highlight reels. We see these supers every day online, and it creates this paralysis. We're afraid to try because we might not be exceptional immediately, so we don't try at all. We waste our own potential because we're afraid it won't be impressive enough. But here's what The Incredibles gets right. Bob doesn't find happiness by going back to the glory days. He tries that, and it almost destroys his family.
Glory days is better than acting like they didn't happen.
Yes, they happened. But this, our family, is what's happening now, Bob.
He finds happiness when he integrates who he really is with the life he actually has. The tragedy isn't that they have to live normal lives. The tragedy is thinking you have to choose between being great and being connected. Bob realizes that his family is his greatest adventure. And yeah, that sounds cheesy, but in the context of the film, it's profound. Being a hero isn't about applause or recognition. It's about showing up for the people who actually know you. At the end of the movie, Dash is allowed to run track, but he's told to hold back just a little, to make it close. Some people hate that ending. They think it's still suppressing him, but I think it's about balance. He gets to run, he gets to compete, and he still gets to belong. Having talent is a blessing, but it also comes with a curse. The feeling that you have to live up to it every second. And if you don't, you feel guilty, like you're wasting something precious. The Incredibles teaches us that it's okay to just be who you are. You don't have to save the world to justify your existence, but you do have to honor the parts of you that make you feel alive, whether that's running fast, lifting heavy things, or just being a really good dad. It's a heroic act to be yourself. And even though we can't be superheroes, the closest we'll ever get is by refusing to live a mediocre version of our own lives, by refusing to let the world tell us to slow down. So whatever your superpower is, whatever that thing is that makes you want to run on water, use it. Don't let it turn into a syndrome. Let me know what you think. Do you feel like you're living up to your potential, or are you stuck in the cubicle right now? I think it's worth talking about.